All right, everybody, we gotta talk about it. The one problem that I have with the One Piece trailer, everything else, 10. Okay, I wouldn't say 10 out of 10 because budget. Like you can see the budget. Even though the budget's pretty decent, but it's not like Marvel or whatever. Uh, it's Arlong. Like he just doesn't look intimidating. How like you see him in the show and he looks intimidating. The live action show hasn't came out yet, so he could be vicious and intimidating. Maybe it's just that the shots that they showed were awful or poorly edited. I don't know, but I didn't feel like he was a villain. Maybe they're trying to keep it like they didn't want to reveal too much of Arlong, if that makes sense. But he just doesn't come off as scary. And Arlong, you know, he's trash. He's a bad guy. He's a villain. He does horrible things to Nami, and the village, and Nami's mom. Like it's in the trailer he just comes off as I'm bad guy, and then when he kicks up, when he kicks Luffy through the door, he looks like he's going to school or something. It just doesn't look right, the makeup, you could tell it's makeup, you could tell it's not, it's a little, but I think the major problem for me, because you know everything else I could live with. Dodgy makeup, okay. Realistic sword nose, that was always gonna look kind of iffy. The problem I have is just he doesn't even his voice sounds good. When he talked, I thought his voice sounded was great. It was fine. I think it's the sun tattoo. Not seeing the sun tattoo, it's kind of like a big issue for me. Um, that combined with that he's not intimidating, I think really paints Arlong, the live action version, in a poor light. Especially when you get to the later arcs. Like, this is what I love about Oda. This is why One Piece being such a long running series. This is why I always came back to One Piece. Always. Like, maybe it was a week, a month, a year. Something always brought me back to One Piece, and that was I loved Oda's storytelling. Like, all his characters. You can say some things are retconned, or he didn't think of it at the time. Or maybe his editor nudged him to do it or told him to do it, or maybe he fought back on some stuff. But he lays these little pieces, or maybe he didn't even think about it. But he turns those pieces into something much bigger, something that has a lot of meaning later. And the sun tattoo, the show's not out yet. The show's not out yet. Okay. I want to give hope that Arlong is gonna be at least good. I don't know if he'll be amazing. Uh, 'Cause I don't know. I really don't know. He doesn't look like Arlong. He looks like Arlong's henchman or fellow fisherman pirate. Um, I think Arlong's look, it looks like Arlong. It doesn't look somebody like a boss. He looks like a boss. He doesn't look like a stooge or somebody's gonna take orders. He looks intimidating, menacing. He looks like a villain. Like I'm here. I'm in charge. You can do what I say. And then I don't know what the costume designers were thinking when they put his live action. Maybe the actor wasn't built enough. Maybe they couldn't get the makeup to look right. Maybe they didn't want to show fishman nipples. I don't know the reason. I really don't know. But give him this like shirt thing, or whatever it's called. I don't know. It probably has a name, but covering his chest and covering the sun tattoo. I think was a major mistake, because you see every part of One Piece, the live action trailer. Everything looks like it's been put together with love, attention to detail. Everything looks like big fans of the show. Like if you just gave a fan like, oh, here's $20 million. Even then, I don't even know if I could. I'm not gonna say that I could do better. I probably maybe couldn't. But I'm saying that this one thing, but this one thing is a big deal because Arlong, he's the main villain of the first season. And then you cover up the sun tattoo. In the show, maybe just a trailer thing. Maybe in the show, he'll take it off. But I don't know about that because it looked like in the shots they showed, they were having their final battle, and it looked like Arlong, Luffy was using his Gatling gun. And he still had the shirt on. Not seeing the sun tattoo, and then later on, if we get to if we get to Jinbei and Fishman, is his name Fisher or Fish? I think it's Fisherman Tiger, and the whole Fishman saga, learning about the backstory and what happened with them, and then and then that's when they decide, oh, he like they didn't want to keep it like a reveal, like, oh my god, Arlong was a sun pirate this whole time, but I think it just doesn't feel right. I just it makes the whole thing less in my eyes. Like like how can you have such a major callback covered up? And then you combine that with him not being intimidating in the trailer, at least, In the trailer, he's not imitating. He's almost the same height as Luffy. You barely can tell he has muscles. He's so covered up with clothes. He doesn't have, like, he doesn't have that intimidating presence that a villain should have. And I am worried, maybe if he just bulked up a little more, show the sun tattoo somewhere. Like if you don't want to take off his shirt, put it on, change the location, put it on his arm, put it on his leg, show it so that like when One Piece, because there are gonna be people that are gonna watch this that they've never watched the One Piece anime, they never read the manga. They're not gonna have that moment of seeing the sun tattoo, and then if we ever get to like Jinbei and the whole backstory of Tiger and what he went through and what the sun pirate tattoo, the meaning behind it, to just say, oh yeah, the villain in the first arc, oh, yeah, he was a sun pirate. Yeah, he just had it behind his, under his clothes. I don't know. It seems kind of lame. It's like Arlong, like he was proudly showing the sun the sun pirate tattoo. He wasn't like hiding it, and in the live action trailer, it feels like he's hiding it. Um, it just rubs me the wrong way. It makes me like the sun pirate tattoo is like a symbol of freedom. You know, going from the horrible situations that the fishmen went through. Um, you know, and the whole thing Tiger went through, and their whole struggles, and then just hide it. It makes me not feel, you know, right about Arlong. I'm still gonna watch the show. I'm still gonna, you know, hopefully enjoy it. I'm still hyped for the show, but it just makes it just lessens it. You know, like Arlong, he's the big deal. He's the final boss. He's what everything is leading up to in the first season, and I guess this is more of an issue if you're a longtime fan. I'm not sure, you know, because I'm not really a long time or casual fan. I'm more of like in the middle, just like a regular fan. You know, it's only until now that I'm becoming like, you know, a huge One Piece fan. Because I've been on and off it for years, and it's the little callbacks that Oda does, like the sun tattoo, all the way back in the first season, or you know, the first saga arc, whatever you want to call it, and then hundreds of chapters later, it gets revealed, and it actually has deep meaning, and Oda does that throughout all of his stories. Every little thing you think it's nothing, you think, oh, it's just a newspaper, but you look at the newspaper and there's some like huge plot relevant thing there. Like it just I'm disappointed in how, you know, in trailer Arlong. Maybe show Arlong, he'll be amazing. I'm complaining for nothing. Uh, Maybe he'll be, you know, a great villain, and when we actually get to see more screen time, more of, maybe, you know, it'll work for the live action version, and maybe it won't work. You know, maybe it'll be more appealing in live action, but I don't know. I just, from the trailer, I'm not, I don't feel anything. You know, like when you watch Killmonger in Black Panther, the first one, the movie, you felt like Killmonger, he was a villain, and he had such charisma, such attitude, and you felt for him. You felt what he's doing, maybe it's wrong in some eyes, but it's right in a lot of other people's eyes. And or Thanos also, you know, like you always felt like he was a boss, you know, like it's just I wish Arlong, I wish they showed, I wish they picked different scenes or something to show more of Arlong being more intimidating and stuff like that. It's the first trailer. Maybe they'll come out with another one. I don't know the trailer release dates or schedule. Maybe this is the only trailer we'll get because it's coming out in like a month. I just hope Arlong is better in the show, and the trailers just did him poorly, cause every shot they showed of him, just, oh man, I wish I could be hyped to see the Arlong versus Luffy fight, but he's just not intimidating. He's almost the same height as Luffy. I don't know if it's like the makeup or what, you know, but you can't see his muscles. He you know, he doesn't look brolic. He doesn't look, you know, like his how he looks in comic books. Which, of course, you're not gonna be able to make all the characters look like the comic book or manga versions or anime versions. But it, you know, it got me worried. I'm not gonna lie, it got me worried. I'm really worried if this does good, if it does well, if it leads to another season. Okay, you don't have to worry about Crocodile. you don't have to worry about the flamingo. But what about Katakuri? What about Big Mom? What about Kaido? You know, like I'm just it's not a good sign. Or you know, even Kuro, he should be fine. Just a guy. You know, they got the long claws. Uh, what about Marineford? You know, what about Giants? What about the Zoe? What about all the animal hybrid stuff? The devil fruits, where people turn like you know like their hybrid forms and also their full animal forms. It got me worried. Like I really hope the show does a better job of showing Arlong or another trailer or something. Cause I'm not excited to see Arlong versus Luffy, and you should be. I should be. I should be looking at that like, oh, I can't wait until Arlong finally gets his just you know desserts for how awful he treated the village and Nami and you know Nami's mom and then you know I can't wait to see Luffy you know kick his ass. But now I'm just like I'm more hyped to see Mihawk versus Zoro, and that's like a 1 minute fight. You know, it's like it's nothing like the big final climactic moment where we can all cheer and be excited. Um, I'm worried. I'm worried, but I am hopeful. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Am I crazy? Am I blowing it out of proportion? Does Arlong look okay to you? Does it look fine? Does it look intimidating enough? Uh, it may you know. Am I saying some crazy hot takes right now? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video.